everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Bills going up against the Redskins. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Redskins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It was the AFL NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Years after Joe Namath and the guarantee, we are underway in Super Bowl 53. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Redskins are going to get a first down.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now the handoff get this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Second-year man from South Dakota State. It's Zach Zenner. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
One thing I don't think you ever have to worry about when A.J. McCarron gets an opportunity is confidence and belief in self. He has it in full measure, and he utilizes it very well, carrying it out onto the field and leading his team.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And a cutback right sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
And it's 7-0 Buffalo. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on third and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So we've played a quarter here in Super Bowl 53. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a third and short here. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Amari Cooper from 6 yards away. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a...
McCarron from the gun on third. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On first down, McCarron. And that'll be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's second down. And on second and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now here's McCarron on third. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there.
Out in the pistol. Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Over the middle here to Rudolph.
Holding. Defense.
Got a little handsy there in defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
That draw play got blown up by the blitz of the defense. Ordinarily, that's exactly what you want. You want them to blitz and they go past you and you go past them for a big gain. But in this situation, they hit him at the worst possible spot. Right exactly where you were running the draw, and he got in there and got him.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He finds Beckham complete. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Here we go. 3-19.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Green.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go now. 3-19.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
Here we go now.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. McCarron now to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So we've come upon halftime here in Super Bowl 53 as we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. All you want at the Super Bowl is a highly competitive game, and that's what we have. Both teams have to feel like they're in good shape, and that should lead to a wild finish down the stretch. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now, 1st and 10, it's Bernard who gets into open space, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. 3rd down from the 45, Garoppolo connects on a pass into coverage, and the pass and catch will end up going for 41 yards. Later on the drive, Jimmy Garoppolo with the completion over the middle. He caps off the 8-play drive with a touchdown. We're tied back up at 7. Bills have the football midway through the 2nd. Their hurry throw would be picked off. Redskins defense happy to get off the field. Offense on the field now after the pick. Gordon's going to stay between the tackles, and he'd cap off the 11-play drive with a TD. Redskins is up now by 7. And with that, it's time to head back to field level as we're just one half away from deciding a Super Bowl champion.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
Here's Bernard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
He drops it off for Bernard. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw, Garoppolo surveying the field. Great protection. He's going to sling. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
All right, here we go.
Garoppolo looking to throw him. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Odell Beckham from 3 yards out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a... Make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the run.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They run it here with Gordon, and he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle here to Rudolph. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Over the middle, Cooper with it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacting to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. McCarron going to try and throw on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Just 1 yard to go here on second down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. 1 man in the backfield is Gordon. He'll get the football here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try the right side this time. Here with Gordon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Cuts left. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 33 yards. Time for a break. We're back to crown a champion after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a first down following that long gain. McCarron now on first down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, here's McCarron. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Throwing on first, here's McCarron. And finding the tight end Hooper. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Four yards remaining now on second down. McCarron to throw once more. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On first and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. From midfield, here's McCarron. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw, McCarron. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their And the Bills cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the gadget play gets them into the end zone. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the kings of the Super Bowl are the Washington Redskins. They win it, and they will get the Lombardi Trophy. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.